Good morning. This is Akashwani. I am VC Pramod with the World News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leaves on a three-nation visit to Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman. India rejects Bangladesh's interim government's assertions, stating New Delhi consistently supports free, fair and inclusive elections in the neighbouring country. US to begin social media screening of H-1B, H-4 visa applicants from today. Death toll in Australian beach shooting rises to 15. Father-son duo identified as shooters. Chile elects far-right Jose Antonio Cast as next president. Argentine footballer Lionel Messi to conclude his GOAT India tour in New Delhi today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a three-nation visit to Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman today. In the first leg of his visit, Mr. Modi will visit Jordan at the invitation of King Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein. In his departure statement, the Prime Minister said that he will hold detailed discussions with King Abdullah and Prime Minister of Jordan, Jafar Hassan. Mr. Modi will also meet the vibrant Indian community in Amman, who have made significant contributions to India-Jordan relations. Mr. Modi's visit coincides with the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. From Amman, the Prime Minister will go to Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, tomorrow. He will hold detailed discussions with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, in Addis Ababa. Mr. Modi will meet the Indian diaspora and will also address the joint session of Parliament. On the final leg, Mr. Modi will reach Muscat, Oman on Wednesday. The visit will mark 70 years of the establishment of diplomatic ties between India and Oman. In Muscat, Mr. Modi will hold discussions with the Sultan of Oman and will also address a gathering of the Indian diaspora in Oman. India has categorically rejected the assertions made by the interim government of Bangladesh in its yesterday's press note, citing that New Delhi is allowing former Premier Sheikh Hasina to make incendiary statements to her supporters. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs MEA said that India has consistently reiterated its position in favour of free, fair, inclusive and credible elections being held in Bangladesh in a peaceful atmosphere. Moreover, India has never allowed its territory to be used for activities inimical to the interests of the friendly people of Bangladesh. The statement further said that India expects that the interim government of Bangladesh will take all necessary measures for ensuring internal law and order, including for the purpose of holding peaceful elections. India reaffirmed its commitment to the ideals of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and religious harmony at the 11th United Nations Alliance of Civilizations UNAOC forum in Riyadh yesterday. Ministry of External Affairs Secretary East P. Kumaran led the Indian delegation and delivered the statement at the high-level meeting of the group of friends of the UNAOC. He highlighted India's civilizational heritage, cultural diversity and long-standing belief in Sarva Dharma Samabhav, which stresses equal respect for all faiths. Kumaran underlined the importance of dialogue and cooperation in fostering global harmony. The US government will begin enhanced screening and vetting of H-1B and its dependent H-4 visa applicants, including checks of their social media profiles from today. A report.
In a new order, the State Department said that from 15th of December, a review of the online presence for all H-1B applicants and their dependents will be conducted. Students and exchange visitors were already subject to this review, and now the department has expanded this requirement to vet social media profiles to include H-1B applicants and their dependents on H-4 visas. State Department said that to facilitate this vetting, all applicants for H-1B and their dependents H-4, F, M and J non-immigrant visas are instructed to adjust the privacy settings on all of their social media profiles to public. The F, M and J visas are used by students and exchange visitors to come to the US. The new directive is the latest move by the Trump administration in its increased crackdown on immigration. Kamadi Parekh for World News.
This is Akashwani. You are listening to World News. We bring you the top international news and updates from around the globe. In Australia, death toll in Sydney's Bondi Beach shooting on the first day of the Jewish festival of Hanukkah has risen to 15. Australian police has designated the shooting as an act of terrorism. According to officials, the alleged shooters were father and son, aged 50 and 24. The father is dead and the son is hospitalized and is under police custody. 42 people have been injured, including 2 police officers. 6 firearms and 2 improvised explosive devices were also collected from the scene. Over the terror attack, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said that an attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian, and everyone is devastated on this attack.
An act of evil anti-Semitism, terrorism, that has struck the heart of our nation. An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian, and every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life. There is no place for this hate, violence and terrorism in our nation.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that he earlier warned the Australian Prime Minister that their policy was promoting and encouraging anti-Semitism.
On August 17th, about 4 months ago, I sent Prime Minister Albanese, Australia, a letter in which I gave him warning that the Australian government's policy was promoting and encouraging anti-Semitism in Australia.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has strongly condemned the ghastly terrorist attack. In a social media post, Mr. Modi extended his condolences to the families who lost their loved ones. Prime Minister said that India stands in solidarity with the people of Australia in this hour of grief. Chile has elected the far-right wing Jose Antonio Cast to be its next president. A report.
Jose Antonio Cast won decisively with more than 58% of the vote in his third attempt. He beat the governing left-wing coalition's candidate Jeanette Yerra from the Communist Party. Chile's current left-wing president Gabriel Boric has suffered from low approval ratings. Cast will be inaugurated on 11th of March next year. Cast has openly praised Chile's former right-wing dictator Augusto Pinochet. Pinochet was an army general who led a US-backed military coup in 1973 and established a 17-year-long military dictatorship till 1990. Cast's brother was a minister during Pinochet's dictatorship and his father was a member of the Nazi Party. Cast is an admirer of Donald Trump and his policies echo those of the US president. He has also pledged a border wall on Chile's porous frontier with Peru and Bolivia and maximum security prisons. Cast has also been firmly against abortion and environmental protection policies. He has pledged a free market approach to economics. This was the first presidential election in Chile where voting was mandatory and registration was automatic for those eligible. Tanvi Khurana for World News.
The national capital Delhi is set to host Argentine footballer Lionel Messi today for the fourth and final leg of his GOAT India tour. More from our correspondent.
Delhi marks the final stop of Lionel Messi's GOAT India Tour 2025, which began on the 13th of this month, following earlier events in Kolkata, Hyderabad and Mumbai. Argentine football legend Lionel Messi will make an appearance today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. During his Delhi visit, Messi will felicitate the Minerva Academy teams for winning 3 youth trophies. A 9-a-side celebrity football match will also be organized as part of the program. In view of the event, the Delhi Traffic Police have issued a traffic advisory stating that traffic movement is expected to remain slow in and around the stadium due to restrictions and heavy spectator movement between noon and 5 p.m. Soumya Sharan, Akashvani News, Delhi.
And now before
Delhi
we
marks the final
close,
stop of Lionel Messi's GOAT.
And now before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leaves on a 3-nation visit to Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman. India rejects Bangladesh's interim government's assertion, stating New Delhi consistently supports free, fair and inclusive elections in the neighbouring country. US to begin social media screening of H-1B, H-4 visa applicants from today. Death toll in Australia's beach shooting rises to 15. Father-son duo identified as shooters. Chile elects far-right Jose Antonio Cast as next president. Argentine footballer Lionel Messi to conclude his GOAT India tour in New Delhi today. And that is the end